Hi there, everybody. This is David, and 2024 has had banger after banger after banger. It has been like a jam-packed year. I cannot think of a better year that we've had, except for maybe 2023. And it looks like 2025 is going to be just as good. Like, it is insane, y'all, right now. But what I want to do here is go over the best action RPGs that released this year. I went over turn-based last time. Now we're going to be going over action. And I do think that that's worth a sub, as I do try my hardest to hit 100,000 subscribers. Your help, your like, and your sub, I just know I can get there. So thank you so much for that. And now, let's get started going over these great action RPGs that released this year. First up, we have Grand Blue Fantasy Relink, released for the PS4, PS5, and PC. Dude, this game is dope! Not only is it filled to the brim with super hot guys, but it's also an absolutely glorious world. To say that the graphical style is breathtaking is an understatement. But the real fun here lies in the combat, where each party member has their own distinct playstyle and unique element. So, well, yeah, you can't just choose your favorite, hotties here. You're really meant to play around with all the various characters and get to know their ins and outs in order to strategize against these brutal encounters. This is kind of like Skies of Arcadia meets the Mana series, as you fight, battle, and explore a multitude of sky islands while taking part in airship warfare. The only thing that's really missing here is a true world map. That alone would have really just let this one soar. And now for an underrated one, Astra Hunter Zazma, released for the PC. Never heard of this one? Well, that is why I'm here. Not only is this one super cute, different, and fun, but as the cherry on top, it's free! However, that does not mean that it's one of those free-to-play gacha games. It just means that the developer made this on one of those RPG Maker thingamabobs and wanted to release it for free. How cool is that? This uses that SNES style that I love, and it also utilizes some turn-based battles, but with a combo twist where your hero can connect multiple times per turn to chain abilities together and massacre their foes. But don't just think that you're stuck as a warrior or something. You can also change classes, and you have a little companion that'll help you out too. This kind of gives me a Guardians Crusade vibe, and I loved it. Now, from underrated to older than time, let's look at Ys 10 Nordics, released for the PS4, PS5, Switch, and PC. I love the Ys series, and I've played all of them extensively. It is the great granddaddy of action RPGs after all. This one here takes place right after the events of Ys 1 and 2, as Adolf finds himself bound by fate to the proud pirate Karja. As they search for a way to undo the mystical ties that bind them, they soon find themselves caught up in conflict between two different factions. The seafaring warriors known as the Normans, and the enigmatic and seemingly immortal Greiger. In order to save the people of Lobelia Gulf, Adol and Karja must navigate the depths of their unexpected bond and the power that it grants them. So now, let's look at Capcom's take at the action genre with Dragon's Dogma 2, released for the PS4, PS5, Xbox, and PC. Yeah, this one here did get its fair share of criticism and negativity upon release, but that doesn't take away from the fact that it's still one of the best action RPGs released this year. The world's absolutely gorgeous, and it's just chock full of treasures and different things to discover. Then there's the combat, which will seriously keep you on your toes. It's just so satisfying and fun, not to mention the sheer variety that there are. Just like any good RPG, there are plenty of enemies to keep you occupied as you're traveling between towns throughout the day and the night. One of the most fun things to do, though, is just to go off the beaten path and find all the little super shortcuts and hidden side quests to do. There's just so much freedom allowed here, and you're never going to feel tied to that main quest. You really can go off and make this world your own. Now, from Japan, let's move on over to Korea with Stellar Blade, released for the PS5. Don't you mean Stellar Babe? Am I right? Tits and ass aside, this game is pretty stellar. Here you control Eve as you fight against the mysterious Natiba in a post-apocalyptic Earth. But thankfully, Eve isn't alone as she also meets Adam. And then there's Adam's first wife, Lilith. Oh, no, wait, I mean Lily. Yeah, does anybody else see these biblical parallels here? Because I definitely do. Anyway, Zion, yeah, acts as your home base and is connected to a semi-open world called the Wasteland and the Great Desert, and of course you need to venture out into there to fight off the Natiba, collect hypercells, and sustain Zion, and of course help out the inhabitants of the world. If you are looking for a AAA experience, but without that Square Enix coat of paint, then you've got it here. Now, from the console AAA, let's look at an indie AAA, with Secrets of Grindia, released for the PC. Yeah, I know, the name isn't doing it any favors, it does need to be renamed, and I guess it's just named that way because it's kind of like a love letter as well as a parody of SNES RPGs. But this isn't one of those like jokey BS games. This is the real deal, and it's a whole lot of fun. It's kind of like a huge conglomeration of Earthbound, Terranigma, and Secret of Mana. With complex equipment systems, tons of hidden areas, fast travel, challenging combat, along with a fully fleshed out world with delightfully quirky characters. But I really do think that the best thing about it is just how involved the skill system is. You can really build up your hero any which way you would like. From a magic user to a sword wielder to even a ranged archer. You name it, you can have it. And boy oh boy is it a lot of fun. But what's more fun than this indie? Well, a Square Enix classic, Visions of Mana, released for the PS4, PS5, Xbox, and PC. I absolutely adore the Mana series, and I have ever since I was a little kid. And Visions of Mana is back to the basics approach on the series. Havoc combat is gone. Real-time strategy and dungeon crawling is gone. Weirdo 2D progression systems are also gone. This just takes everything that made the series so special, and it like jumps it up to another level with the modern hardware. I mean, the last time that we got a console release of a Mana game was on the PS2 for God's sakes. The world's really brought to life, and I love that colorful, cartoony style. And if you think that that makes it like kiddie or something, then I'm here to tell you that it's not. The story is an absolute tearjerker. The Mana spirits are back to help you with exploration as well as class changing, and there's endless combinations for you to play around with. This here is a total gem. But what could possibly top Mana? Well, that's easy. It's our number one, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, released for the PS5. Don't miss out on this, my favorite action RPG of the year. It's a breathtaking continuation of the legendary story that we all know and love, with expanded lore, gorgeous graphics, and a combat system that feels both nostalgic and innovative. This game offers a perfect blend of heart and action. It's kind of like a nostalgic roller coaster, but with even more epic moments and character drama. The world's huge, the combat's a blast, and it feels like they've really expanded on everything that we loved about the original. So come and experience the beloved characters like never before, and prepare to be swept away in this narrative where we wait with bated breath for the final Part 3 that should answer the question, you know? Is she alive? Is she dead? What about Zack? What in the world is going on here? We may never know. So that's it for the best action RPGs released this year. What are your favorite games that released this year? Let me know in the comments. And also, did I miss any action RPGs that you really loved? Let's all talk and chat about them. And if you like this video, here's another video that I really do think that you're going to enjoy, going over the top 10 best turn-based RPGs released this year. So do be sure to check that one out. But before you go, please be sure to leave a like and a comment. And as always, have a good day.